Developing news now on school threats that have police putting an action plan into place tonight. Today, Johnston police received a letter in the mail which detailed a physical threat against students in 3 cities and towns. It
was a story Eyewitness News first reported on WPRI.com and was breaking news live at 5. Tonight, we've learned police in Johnston, Cranston, and Warwick will be at each school in their respective city and town for the next 3 days to ensure the safety of students and teachers.
Eyewitness News reporter Todd Wallace has been working this story all night. He joins us now live in Johnston with more information on what police are saying tonight. Todd?
And Mike and Shannon, police are taking this very seriously. As you mentioned earlier, the Johnston Police Department behind me received this threatening letter earlier today. And one word best describes the reaction from the parents in these school districts, and that is panic. These elementary school football players in Johnston are getting in some practice on the field, but many won't be anywhere near a classroom tomorrow.
My kids are not going to school tomorrow. Just right away. No school.
Laurie Audino and Michelle De La Morte are reacting to an anonymous letter sent to the Johnston Police Department that threatens elementary school students on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in the Johnston, Cranston, and Warwick school districts.
Anxiety and nerves.
We want the parents to know that we take any threat seriously, especially against children.
Cranston Police Colonel Michael Winquist says concerned parents have been calling all evening. He says jurisdictions are taking the appropriate responses to make sure every child will be safe.
My message to them is that we will handle this threat. We're being proactive with making sure that we have police out there visible, and we're also participating in a multi-jurisdictional effort to find out who wrote this letter.
And Johnston School Superintendent Dr. Bernard DeLello Jr. sent an automated call to parents that says, in part, we are taking extra precautions by having police personnel at each of our elementary schools. Laurie and Michelle say the proactive response is comforting, but believe that, at least for now, the safest place for their children is home.
As a parent, it still makes me a little bit nervous, and I'd feel more comfortable with my kids in my own presence until they can figure this out at least.
And Colonel Winquist tells me that the person or persons responsible could face 1 year in prison and a $500 fine on a misdemeanor charge of making a threat or disorderly conduct if there is panic to the public. Meanwhile, even more parents I spoke with tonight say they are also keeping their children out of school Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in all of the districts. In fact, one parent told me the schools will be so empty, they'll look like ghost towns. Mike, Shannon, back to you.
Todd, are police saying any more about the contents of that letter or their efforts to find the person who actually sent it?
Well, Mike, you know what? A lot of parents have asked me that very question tonight, and what police have told me is consider this. They don't want to compromise the integrity of the investigation. What that means is very few people know the contents of the letter. The police, of course, and also the person or persons who sent the letter. Therefore, that information that, again, very few people know the contents of is then evidence, and that is something they want to protect. As for finding the person or persons responsible for who sent it, all police will tell me is that they've been in touch with the FBI, the state police, and also working very closely with the postal inspector. Mike and Shannon, back to you.
All right, Eyewitness News reporter Todd Wallace live in Johnston. Thank you so much for the update there.
And please stay with Eyewitness News and WPRI.com. For more developments on the story as it unfolds. Our coverage continues tomorrow on Eyewitness News this morning beginning at 4:30. We're going to have live reports as police increase their presence at schools in Johnston, Cranston, and Warwick.